12, 2025 Commissioners Meeting. First up, we have Youth Pastor Eric Miller with the Providence Mennonite Church. Morning, Eric.
Good morning. All right. Bow your heads as we pray for our meeting here this morning. Father, we come before you. Lord, we thank you that you are a good, wise, faithful, loving God. Father, we trust you, and Lord, we want to be led by you. Father, we thank you for another day that you've given each and every one of us here, Father, for the new morning mercies that are upon us, Father, for the blood in our veins and the breath in our lungs. And God, we just come before you, Lord, as we get ready to have this meeting. Lord, I thank you for each and every person, Lord, that ultimately you have appointed into their position, Father. You have them there for a purpose and a reason. And Lord, we ask just for, especially for our commissioners, Lord, that you would grant them wisdom and discernment, Lord, as they make decisions that will affect people in our county. And Lord, I pray that, Lord, they could do that in a way that ultimately brings honor and glory to you. Finally, here this morning, Lord, I just want to pray for those who are in our schools in our county, Lord. Pray for the students, the teachers, and the staff, Lord, as they are in back to school mode here, Father. I just want to ask for just a wonderful year for them, Father. Just pray that you would keep them safe, help them to learn and learn well, and Lord, that they could become just wonderful citizens, Lord, who are ultimately going to work in our community and give back as well. Father, we thank you and ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thanks, Eric. Next, we got courthouse renovation update. I don't have a whole lot on that. I know everybody's, I think everybody's moved in, and I think they're finding a few little things that they're going to have to work on, which we expected. There's still a little bit of construction going on in there, but that's kind of really all I got on that. You know anything else on that?
That's exactly what I know, actually.
Yep, that's the only thing I want to kind of make sure we do. We get with the council and do a kind of a walkthrough even before the ribbon cutting, which is September 16th. Is that right? Yeah, I believe that's right. I meant to write that down. I forgot to write that down. But anyway, just to do a walkthrough with the council, just sure. And I've kind of told some of the departments over there to put sticky notes on things that need to be looked at. So I guess that's it.
Sticky notes, not marker.
Yeah, sticky notes, not pencils.
Or pencil, right.
Or crayon.
All right, that's it. Next is Westgate update. Kent Parisian. Hey, Kent.
How are you guys today?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, lovely. Actually, not doing it very well. Just want to give you some updates. I don't know. Last time we were real brief because we were in and out of here, so I'll probably be a little bit lengthier this time. But some visits have taken place in the past since the last time we talked. IU President Witten paid a visit to the Westgate Authority and the Westgate part. Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith was also there. Coming up, we have Mr. James Mazzole, Strategic Advisor to USD Research R&E and nominee for Deputy USD R&E visit. He's supposed to be there tomorrow. Kratos, this is good news, and this is all tentative, so don't hold me to this. But Kratos' tentative concrete building start will be August 15th, which is 2 days away. And their first building is a concrete building, and their second building is a steel building that connects to that. Senator James Banks' staff will visit on August 20th. RCE groundbreaking ceremonies will be August 21st. That's the other building that's going to be in Daviess County, closer to the crane base. The Kratos tentative steel building start. I was told by the developer that the steel was going to be delivered on September 15th and would go up on September 16th. So those are tentative, but I wanted to give you guys good news because if you don't see vertical structures, you don't think anything's happening. So I want to make sure of that. The Microelectronics Training Hub ribbon cutting will be on September 29th. That's located in the old SAIC building, which is now the EC2 building. Projected completion dates, Kratos, June 2026, which I'm even hearing rumors that could be moved up, but I'm not even going to go there at this point in time. The Khaki office building, which is a new building next to the old SAIC building, in Martin County, completion in June of 2026. And then the RCE building, which is supposed to start in September after the groundbreaking, has a completion date of December 2026. I know those are a lot of dates that I gave you, and if you guys have any questions about those, feel free to ask me. I will submit my stuff for the minutes. So, Westgate held, well, actually USTF held for Westgate county meetings with all the counties in the month of July. And I think you guys were the last one in July 30th or 31st, sometime in there. And they're gonna hold those on a regular basis, probably a quarterly basis. Phase one of the infrastructure update, 60% design review meeting with sewer district was held on July 29th. So that's progressing well. Greene County has had some developments in their areas, which we've talked about, the munitions campus, which is north of the tech park, just a little ways. And then they also have a development going in at the interchange at 69, which is I'm not gonna name any names, but a gas station that's pretty prominent. So they're gonna need some sewer needs. And so they talked to us that they may support an expansion of our system with their funds, if it would be so feasible. And so we're listening to them, talking to them, making sure that they know that our funds need to go to Westgate and make sure that the capacity's there for Westgate. And if they expanded any more for their area, we would listen to what they have to say. So there's some really good talks going on about that, about expanding for the area there. Greene County Wastewater Sewer District has implemented a fee structure for new development to help with future development. So like the munitions campus, I think their hook-on was gonna be in between $1 and $2 million, which would then entail them to be able to put that into infrastructure and be able to hook them up. So those two things. Now, phase two update, the final design is complete. Phase one is the sewer system. Phase two is connecting the RCE buildings and Kratos to the current sewer system. The final design is complete, and USTF will be bidding this out by the end of September. Now we also have a phase three, which would then be connecting the town of Crane off of the Crane base onto our system. Before I told you we didn't really have funding for that at this point in time, but we have received since then an old CC readiness grant for $500,000 or approximately $500,000 to study the cost that it would take to do that. Old CC, usually if they give you a grant for the design, when you come back to them, they'll usually give you a grant to finish it out because it's helping the base out. Also, last time we talked, the congressional direct spending from Senator Young's office was $13.5 million, and then got axed because all CDSs got axed. That has been reintroduced as a $15 million CDS now to incorporate the town of Crane over there. So we're kind of attacking it two ways. To get the town of Crane over would be old CC or the CDS grant. And if one or the other comes through, there might be a possibility we can get both and then improve our system another way.
So have you got that grant yet, or is that just open right now?
The CDS?
Yes.
That has been submitted.
Gotcha.
And it is up for a vote this time. Now, Senator Young's on his side, he's putting through the 15 million. Representative Messmer on his side is putting a CDS as well. And then they're gonna meet those in the middle and
That
be
means congressionally directed spending?
congressionally directed spending, yes. It's a new term for an old term. And you're not supposed to talk about the old term, so I'm not gonna talk about it here. But it's congressionally directed spending. And so when those two bills get approved and they meet in the middle, then they'll hammer out the exact amount.
Gotcha.
And do that. But they're on both sides, and they were easily accepted at this round. So it doesn't look like it'll be that much of a problem to get through.
And then when buildings hook up to this sewer system, who charges for, not the hookup, but the usage of that? Is that,
Well, that'd be Greene County Sewer District, the one that's in charge of the current sewer district.
right? So even if they're on Davis County side, because they're in charge of it, Greene County charges for that.
Right.
And that money goes directly to Greene County, not to Westgate?
Actually, I'm not sure in their 3 or 4 years of existence if they've made a profit at this point in time.
Sure.
It's been in the red since its inception. So it was a,
These hookup fees will help some, right?
right,
Yeah.
right. It will help with that. And plus will help for, that we won't have to ask for more money for these things as well. We've got water, water's incorporated in this. The other thing that we're facing through future development that USTF is finding out is electricity needs. Some of the things that are wanting to come to our area is going to require a big draw on electricity. If you recall, the base had a industry day to where they were trying to solve their infrastructure needs, and one of the solutions, SMRs, SMR, small modular reactor, that would be located on the base, would then be able to output electricity outside the base as well.
Right,
So
yeah.
there's some talks going on with Westgate Authority about how we can help the base do that, because they're not in the business of sending electricity off, but they want to be able to do that. So it will take care of their needs plus everybody else. So,
And the footprint's smaller on a SMR than regular.
and it would be located on the base. So,
Right.
So anyway, any other questions before I move on? I know we're getting into phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and it gets kind of complicated. It does for me too. I had to call Bryant this morning and try to say, okay, talk me off the ledge here and let me know what I'm doing. So, Indiana Economic Development Corporation did a little reshuffle with the new administration, and now tech parks are now under a subcommittee called the Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. We have submitted our information to them. I think we're one of the only tech parks in the state, or the 3 tech parks in the state, that are actually filling out their information and giving it to IEDC on a timely basis. And we were able to, I think they let us know on July 1st that they needed information about our tech park by July 15th. And the amount of information that they needed was phenomenal. And we already had it ready and available for them. So we submitted that by July 15th, and we're waiting to have some talks with them and figure out what our next steps are moving forward. So we're also re-engaging with RJL and Associates to try to reinvigorate our increase in funding. And I don't think that will be a problem, even though it's not a budget year, but because a lot of things got axed because of the budget and the shortfall. Just a couple small things. Westgate Authority is working on having a written policies and procedures concerning foreign nationals. Crane is bringing in those to the academy, and sometimes they're not able to get onto the base, and so we're trying to do something to secure ourselves as well. We are also currently having cameras installed around the facilities. We've had some cameras, but we've not had what we've needed, and so we're getting up in the 21st century, I guess you want to say, and wanting to make sure that the cameras, we have good coverage now. We're also working on evaluating the grounds for security concerns in today's world. People running into the building and different things like that. So we're trying to safeguard, because that is a busy place now, and they are having a lot of people visit from all over the United States and outside the United States. And so we're trying to get up to the security concerns that we have. So that's basically all I got for you guys today.
That's it.
That's it.
A lot of information.
It is.
Do you foresee Westgate Authority and USTF becoming like a single entity at some point, or?
USTF has been hired by Westgate to be the developer of the park, to take the master plan and go with it. And so that's what they're doing at this point in time. They're working, and you guys know this, you guys have something in place today. There's a term sheet and a real estate agreement with you guys. Westgate Authority knows about it. We're not involved with it because USTF, it's a deal between you and USTF. but also EDC is working with that too. But the way we look at it as a hierarchy is USTF. If somebody wants to come to the tech park and want to be positioned wherever they want to be positioned, they go to USTF first. The USTF looks at the master plan and sees what kind of business they are to see, number one, if they should be in the tech park, and if they should be in the tech park, where they should be located at, because you don't want in the middle of the campus a munitions campus being put right there.
So to clear it up, my brain gets jumbled sometimes when we have all these different
I understand.
names and all this stuff right going on and hierarchy. Like you said, we got so you got USTF doing that. Then what does Westgate Authority? What is their role actually then?
Well, USTF keeps Westgate Authority up to date about everything. So they're working for us to develop the park. So anything that's going to be possible going in the park, they're going to talk to us, and then they're going to talk to the counties as well that own the property.
Correct.
So they're when somebody wants, what we've always been told as we were working through this progress was at the state level and at the federal level and with developers and people coming to the tech park, they're like, we don't know who to go to. We don't know where to go to the base, or we don't know to go to the counties, or we don't know to go to Westgate Authority. We don't know who to go to. So the USTF is that one point of contact that they can go to and Westgate and help out Westgate Authority, because Westgate Authority has 9 members. They receive 0 pay, and none of the members that are on that board are developers. There's bankers involved, and bankers are the worst developers. And then there's other
Attorneys, because they might be worse too. Sorry, Grant. Sorry.
and there's other people involved. So that's not our game.
But that's what I'm getting at. What is your game?
Westgate Authority's game is to
That's
manage
what
the tech park and make sure it's developed according to the master plan.
So do you have a director that is managing the tech park?
USTF.
Okay.
I mean, Purdue Research Foundation manages the academy.
Right.
USTF manages the tech park.
Yeah, because I know why it's confusing for people where to go, right? Because we keep adding layers and layers, and I think some layers, at some point, some layers might be able to dissolve, right? I don't know which ones, but I'm just saying it just kind of gets convoluted.
We hired an executive director several times. We've had 2 executive directors
Right.
in the past, and it never worked out.
Sure.
USTF is working out. The only thing is if you Westgate Authority owns the academy,
Right.
so they have a purpose. Plus, all 3 representatives from 3 different counties, which is what the tech park is. So they have representation from there. USTF is just a developer of the park, basically.
Kent, thanks a lot. And I always enjoy these updates. And
Well, if you guys need anything in between updates, you know my cell phone number. You guys all have it. Contact me at any time.
okay,
Thanks,
I'm
Ken.
usually around.
thanks, Kent.
Thank you.
Next, we got meeting minutes from 7/22 of 25. Do you see any problems there?
I did not.
I'll look for a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook. I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 2-0. Next, we got Chris with the county highway. How you doing?
All right. So we had our highway meeting this morning, if you guys need to report that.
Yeah, we had had a meeting this morning. We talked about some driveway pipes, some flooding properties, and how things were going there on 050 on the bridge. That was pretty much what we covered.
And talked about maybe, I don't know when they could change it, if the commissioners were, tell Jen, we were talking about moving back to one time a month for the highway meeting, or does that have to be advertised a year out, or
Okay.
when do you have is it your RDC meetings, or are they the last?
I think
As needed.
as needed, yeah, it's kind of way it.
We'll have one coming up here, but
Because if we do it, we need to decide if we want to have it on the second
Right.
Tuesday or the
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah, we can get that covered.
So I do have some LPA vouchers. We'll just go through them. I'll get them out. I've got one for Old US 50 and 150 West Roundabout. I've got one for the bridge over Culvert Ditch on Old US 50, and one for countywide bridge inspection. Usually I just bring them up and you guys sign them.
Let's see, the first voucher is for,
US 50,
US 50.
a roundabout coming soon.
Yeah, we all,
Yes. The amount on that one, let me make sure I got the right one here, for, 20,000, no, I'm sorry, for $60,739.94, correct? Is that the first one?
Here,
A couple for 50. So
Maybe I ain't got the same ones here.
so net amount of this claim for intersection improvement roundabout Old US 50.
Correct. $12,978.68.
they're stating what we're getting back from our grant.
Right, okay,
We do the voucher, it shows at the bottom what we have to pay, and we're just okaying that, everything's lined up and the state is gonna send us that money back, reimbursement.
gotcha. So I'll look for a motion for the voucher on the old US 50, 150 West roundabout.
so moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. And then the second voucher is for the CWBI Phase 2 for 2025. I'll look for a motion to approve it.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, I will second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. And then the third voucher is for the bridge over Culvert Ditch and the old Highway 50. Look for a motion to approve it.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, I will second. In favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0, or 2-0, sorry.
Then,
Okay.
and I could read them too if you want. I used to read them and then
You're all right.
they were double reading them, so they told me not to read them. But whatever makes it easier. I know when you get them papers, it's hard to,
Well, you
Read
you've
down.
got your little notes there on top of
Yeah.
it, and that's, appreciate
Um,
that.
so I guess the next thing on there is the REO bond issue. I didn't know if Grant was talking on that probably. On the,
I'll keep it brief. So a week ago, we got this notice of cancellation, and it seems that was just
the late notice.
they've got it dealt with already, they said, and he confirmed that via email. So, but it does bring forth this broader issue on the amount of the bonds for 200 North. If we are going to grant them an extension. So they've agreed on all terms related to an amendment to the road closure agreement, other than the amount of what the bond should be. They're restructuring their entire bond program, so it's going to take some time. This particular road is a small piece of a $40 or $45 million package. So when they bought the assets of White Stallion, it wasn't thought that it would need to be expanded, and so now they have to do that. So that's the delay. Commissioner Gabhart said, in his opinion, let's just try to get something signed on all these terms other than that detail. But I'm a little bit concerned that impacts our ability to hold their feet to the fire. We agree on, say, 4 terms, and we leave this 5th one just open. So
Remind me
That
of,
fifth one is pretty important. It's,
So we've got bonds On 350 and 350 to the tune of $310,000. This bond is currently, I think, $85,000 approximately. So that gets us close to $400,000. So we do need some additional amount to get us to the 500 total. Honestly, my thought was to just hold pat, grant them some type of an extension, if you all are accepting of that. Mike Costello has been very helpful in providing information, and you know, we're gonna know by the end of October if this is something that they can do or not. You know, we kind of asked them for quite a bit on this particular road, and they've met all our requests except for that, and that's again part of a bigger package. So I've had a number of discussions with their lawyers, with Mr. Costello, and I don't know that jumping into litigation right now benefits us much. So my thought is to wait.
I kind of feel it's kind of like Commissioner Gabhart, maybe a little bit, maybe just, well, I think we discussed it a little bit. You know, probably not do no litigations against them right now, but we need to keep them, you know, give them, reworded a little bit, hold their feet to the fire a little bit, but not, don't do no soon with
Well,
them just yet.
if they're struggling, and we just
It'd be,
keep
I think
tacking
we'd be
stuff
better
on
to
them.
work with them a little bit, kind of see if they're going in the right direction or not, as much as we can.
Yeah.
Probably not sign anything, I feel like. That's just,
All the evidence points to that they're not doing great.
Right.
I mean, they did make a payment, I believe last week, which
They made a payment on the 8th of $40,000 for the reconstruction of the road, and I brought the check. They gave me the check for that to give to Jen and talk about what account to put it in.
and that shows that they're in agreement. I mean, that's the first of six.
Up to
$40,000.
$240,000 to.
they're trying.
So all that said, they're at 385 or 395. We're asking 5. So we're 105 off, is what you're saying.
And they think that they'll be able to get to that 500 amount, but in the short term, it's a.
So if we do an extension 30 days, they're still at the 395, but we're extending it so they can get to the 5, is what you're saying.
Our extension is just that we're gonna hold and wait and not file litigation, which that could go 30, 60, 90 plus days. They've agreed to the terms, but they may or may not be able to meet those.
So maybe revisit it in 30 days. Let's,
Well, you got your extension till the end of the year ready, right?
Well, I mean, we haven't signed anything that extends that for them. Right now, our position is that they're in breach of the road closure agreement, and their position is, I mean, they won't admit that, but
They're already paying. They're already paying for the extension.
I told them that to pay the 6 months at the amount that they've agreed to shows good faith that they're trying to do what they're supposed to do, and so they've agreed with that. They made one payment. I think we keep our powder dry, so to speak, because we jump right into litigation. It's not like we get a result that's positive very quickly. The roads, it is what it is.
And some of the stuff that we're talking about for everybody else, the way that the commissioners are set up, they don't get to have these conversations in private. So it's not as beneficial to come out here with bullet points for everybody. But you guys have to talk about it in a public meeting. And
I'll stop talking about it for now.
okay, well, I got this check here. Give it to you now.
Thanks, Chris.
And then while we're
If we file an extension to it, does the 40,000 stop payments?
No, that was
That's part of the deal.
That's
Right.
part of what they previously agreed to pay.
Right. If they were
We-
over the time
well-
limit of when they were supposed to get the road fixed, right?
So in June, when the road was supposed to be put back, June or July, I can't even remember the actual date. They both got a J in
I
it.
think it's June, yeah.
But when that date ended, they were supposed to give us the $240,000 to resurface a road.
Mm-hmm.
Not the road that they've got mine through, but a runaround road that we've been using. So that was the original. So that wouldn't stop. That 40,000's got to continue because they've already agreed to it, unless it gets worse than that. But that's actually not part of the new deal. The new deal, I guess, was instead of them just paying us that lump sum at the end of the term,
Yeah,
we were gonna let them make it in 6 monthly payments
sure.
from July till December, and that was actually supposed to be paid by July 30th or 31st, and we was
I think we give them,
August 8th, so.
I think we give them 30 more days to work with bonds to get to where we want them. And they're gonna continue this 40, plus if they keep making that 40, it does show a little good faith, right? That they're continue making the payment. That 30 days allows us to see if they're gonna continue to make the payment, right? And then we go from there.
They're supposed to make that payment monthly, correct?
They're supposed to do $40,000 over 6 months, what I believe.
Yeah,
So
Every month for 6 months.
probably our motion needs to be, we're gonna extend for 6 months at $40,000 a month.
That's already in place.
So they've agreed on those terms.
Right.
What I would request in a motion is just to give them 30 days through the end of the last day of August to work with their bond program. I do think we're going to be looking at, it's going to take more than that because it's become a,
Right. We can also do another 30 if we felt like it. But 30 keeps pushing. If you do 60, then you'll wait till day 50 to try to get stuff done.
and also as part of that, I mean, we're taking them at their word that this has been addressed.
Correct.
This notice of cancellation. So, I guess that would be the motion, to grant them additional time, work out the details relative to bonding, and that, we've received notice that this was canceled, but they said that they have paid that and taken care of it.
Right. Yeah, 30 days will actually show us a lot, in all honesty. That's why I'm on the 30 days. Some of this stuff will shake out and show us a lot. Is that right? Fair?
yeah. Then the money that Grant was talking about, that is to put back 200 north.
Right.
That 500. And that's just to put the road grade back in.
Yeah, the top layer.
It has nothing to do with, if there's a 200-foot hole in there, that's a surety bond that's maintained and managed by the DNR and
That's already
the
there.
state.
Right,
Yeah, and that's already there.
right.
That's in the road closure agreement as well. And Mr. Costello, I mean, I think we may want to get on the phone with him in the next 30 days, just to nail down some of those details, but he
Yep.
was extremely helpful when I talked with him.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to, help me out here, Grant. Went to extend time,
Through the end of the month,
to the end of the month.
and to acknowledge that we have a notice of cancellation that REO has taken care of on their 200 North road bond.
I will make that motion.
I will second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye,
Motion passes 2-0. There's a lot of information there.
there is.
And part of our updates, what was talking about, Mr. Costello, he actually doesn't have anything to do with the REO.
Right.
He's, Mike Keith or Commissioner Keith, I should say, I guess, we had a meeting with him last Wednesday. So an update on the Billings mine, which is 700 east, south of Old 50. That was a mine that used to be Black Stallion, went to White Stallion, and then went bankrupt, and the road it was a dead-end road, it was a gravel road, but it just ended. And he's working with the surety company to get the grade back and put the road back in. They were gonna do it this past year, and we've just got pushed back with everything they're doing. The company that's doing the reclamation work has been working at the Shamrock Mine in DuBois County. I think they've got that done. So the timeline now for the Billings mine to get 700 East back in is in September, we're gonna have a meeting with the affected property owners and give them a detailed overview of what it's gonna look like. And then have individual meetings with them on their property of what they would like to see. And then summer of 2026, we got plans to put the road back in. We're pretty sure we could do it with the money that is in the surety bond, the money that the county has in the bonds, but it will have to be a give and take. I don't know if there's any amount of money that's gonna put, 200-300 foot holes in the ground back. So there will be some property owners that'll get a nice graded lake. So we'll just have to work with that. It'd be a little bit of give and take, but we get the road back in, and the property owners will get their property back to be able to do something with it. So that was kind of an update on that. And I guess Jen, on that check, so will we put it in the MVH Road Improvement Fund? Okay, so it's supposed to go towards resurfacing the runaround roads, but I don't think we said on there what account it goes back in. Couple other things I had on there is, we've been hard surfacing a lot of roads out in the county, and there's several Amish schools out there. I don't know how many Amish schools. There's Amish schools, there's Mennonite schools, there's private schools. And we put school zone signs up, and then placards are supposed to state, you see the school zone sign, you should automatically slow down. But there's no speed limit posted on them signs. If the road is 55, 60 miles an hour, you can automatically make it down to 40. But I think you can only move them down 10 miles an hour. So if I got a posted 45 mile an hour speed limit, I can take it down to 35. If it's 55 or 60, I could take it to 40, so I get a bigger jump there. I would think that, and we could do more of a study on it. I don't know if you have to make a motion, but what we're planning on doing, I've talked about this before, is updating all the school zone signs in the county, from the pale yellow signs that's been there to the lime, more fluorescent signs. So it actually states it's a school zone. It shows two people in a crosswalk. But also make our school zone signs 25 mile an hour speed limits. Put a placard underneath them signs that state 25 mile an hour. And then that way it definitely gives the sheriff's department more teeth when somebody's going through a school zone that faster than what they need to be. Has to be a white and black. For this actual speed limit placard, right? Not the.
Put on one of those little 25 mile an hour ones.
Mhm.
That's a suggestion.
Okay, so you need a full-size white one. So I would think we need to. I would think we need to do that though, because we get a lot of calls. I don't know if you guys get a lot of calls about it.
Yeah, there's 17.
Yeah.
And I think all three commissioners had some calls about, I'd had some on the Raggetsville school a little bit up there. And then you had a guy that wanted to close the road totally during school hours, which, wasn't
Yeah.
possible. But yeah, we're all kind of getting some calls on that.
Yeah, I mean, the community's just growing, and the roads are getting hard surfaced, and there's just more traffic. And so, like I said, I don't think we need to have to make a motion, but if you guys are in agreement, we'll pursue it and find out what's required. Kind of like the sheriff said, with the correct signage and stuff.
Yep.
I'll move forward with that. And then an update on the projects where the CLRs doing the bridge over Culvert Ditch on Old 50. They're supposed to be done with the above stuff on the bridge today. They still might have a little bit of stuff to do underneath the bridge. And that's not necessarily saying the bridge is going to be open, because tomorrow EMB Paving is going to be milling Old 50 from Washington Corporation line out to the railroad tracks. And then 300 west from Old 50 to Bypass 50. They're going to mill that out and resurface all of that. So we'll probably go ahead and just leave the road closure in place. Takes them 3 days to mill it, and then probably about a week to hard surface it, to put it back in. that's where we're at on that project.
A lot of that's weather permitting, right?
Do what?
A lot of that's weather permitting, not
Yeah.
necessarily the milling necessarily, but
Yeah, a lot of that is weather permitting. The milling they could probably do in the rain, but if it pours, they can't do anything. So, and that leads me into, we're starting our tile operations today. When we tile, it's tiling a gravel road with the be soft and get rid of the water into the ditches. Then the following year, we put fabric rock and hard surface it. We're going to shoot for 15-mile road again this year, which then next year that 15-mile road becomes not dusty and muddy and faster traffic in the schools call. But so we're starting that today, and we should have actually planned on starting it in the beginning of July, but you can't tile when it's pouring down rain every other day. So that's put us about a month behind. Chip seal operations, we'll start doing them probably Monday the 18th. So the roads that were tiled last year that we put fabric and rock on, we will start chip sealing them Monday the 18th, and then we'll go to our mainline chipping. So that's kind of just where we're at on our chip seal and our operations.
That all sounds great, Chris. You guys doing a great job out there, and you're starting to get busier and busier every day now that the weather's kind of straightening up.
Yeah, yeah, it's been pretty busy.
good.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Chris. Next up, we got RTC annual fiber update. Good morning.
Morning, how are you guys?
I'm good.
My name's,
Yes, we do. Yep, you got one, TC?
I got one in my email. yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so briefly I'll be going over this from a high level perspective, but this is sort of an extension on the IDZ zone that was created by the county in 2021. Our commitment from RTC was to come in every year and sort of give you a progress report on what we're doing on our behalf to serve out the county of Daviess County. So I'm trying to decide whether I start with the good news or the really good news today. But today we've got 14,861 households, or rooftops, I would call them, in Daviess County. And today we serve 80% of Daviess County with fiber. So it's a good thing for the county. Probably one of the highest served counties in the state of Indiana. Since the inception, we've built out about 4,153 homes, or rooftops, I should say, within the county since 2021. You look at 2025, looking back through 2025, we spent about $2.2 million serving Daviess County. We spent more than that, but some of those are outside the county. We've just completed West Boggs. We've completed the whole Lake of Boggs, the town of Crane, alongside Westgate Technology Park. Rural West Lagodi Phase 2 has been completed. South Odin, so we just this year alone we served an additional 800 significant rooftops within the county of Daviess County. As we look forward, we got the RDOF, which was a Rural Digital Opportunity Fund. It's a USDA program that we participated in 2019. We've got 215 additional Daviess County rooftops that we'll be serving through 2027 with that project. We've got several edge out projects. We call them quick hit projects, where we can go in and pick up 10 or 15 homes relatively inexpensively that are built right off of our network. So we've got several of those planned for 2026. And then, of course, there's the BEAD program. The BEAD program was implemented under the Biden administration. We did apply for the BEAD program, and we were a recipient and rewarded the funds to do North Daviess, or what we call our North ILEC area. Obviously, there's been a change in administration. There's been a change in policy related to BEAD. They're allowing much more competitive bidding process in this. We still feel that at the end of the day, fiber wins. But you got Starlink, you got WiMAX, you got cellular and other providers in there. We have resubmitted our program, our application, and we anticipate hearing something within the next week or so on that. So
Is that different than the PFSA grants?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a total of about a $6 million additional bill in Daviess County. That'll put the county, if we're a recipient of that award, that'll put the county at 90% served. So we're pretty excited. A lot of that area, we call it the Amish communities. It's a little bit of a struggle. We've been investing every year into that area, but they don't buy broadband, particularly their residential customers. But the businesses, Graber Post, all along there, we serve with fiber today. So, so with that, I want to say thank you for the IDZ zone. I'd like to remind the commissioners that most of these projects, especially when you get into these larger projects, they're about a 2 to 4 year commitment. So we really don't realize any of the benefits of the IDZ for a couple of years. Year to date, we've received about $184,000 in benefits from the tax exemption, so we appreciate that. And I'd ask the commissioners to consider extending that IDZ zone out a few more years if it's possible. So take advantage of that and fill in the rest of the holes for the city of, or the county of Daviess County.
How long does it go till right now, Mr. Lehman?
2026, I believe, and then it sunsets in 2031. We wouldn't see, if we were awarded BEAD, we wouldn't see groundbreaking probably till the end of 2026. By the time they get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted.
It was like an abatement when we passed the infrastructure development zone. Is that right?
Yeah, and we do appreciate it. Listen, we're doing our fair share. To date, we've invested $47 million into the area of our own money. We're going to keep chugging along, but cash is king, right? We're still considered a small operator. We're a medium-sized co-op in the United States, so we've grown from 1,843 broadband subscribers to just under 9,000. We serve 17,000, almost 18,000 households throughout the counties we serve. So we're going to continue to grow, going to continue to expand. We got our new building. We call it the Big Beautiful Building downtown. I don't know why we came up with that name, but I think Nate is going to be planning on opening that up Thursday, a soft opening on Thursday. We've got a customer appreciation event scheduled with the city for October 4th. We're going to bring in some Nashville talent to play down there. So if anybody in the audience would like to stop in for a free cup of coffee and a donut, the building will be open Thursday. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome.
All right, that's
So
great.
thank you all.
Yeah.
Nate said not to advertise.
Appreciate the update.
Real quick on the B program, are you going to be hitting some of those, like I'm looking at the map, some of those crosshairs right here with that program? Or,
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you,
so
and
if you
then
look at the
hopefully
back-
you get that other grant and then
Yes,
we'll
that's
coincide.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a particular part of that you're going first? Is it North County? Is it the middle here? Is there a particular part or just all?
I don't know if that's been determined, Commissioner, at this point. We typically look at our infrastructure that we have in place today and where the biggest demand are. We do open up our website for residential customers to go in and apply for services. So we try to follow the heat map where the biggest demand is.
Sure.
But
Sure.
that hasn't been determined at this point. But we'll build that
But
out.
definitely in
probably over-
those crosshair areas
Yes,
is where you're
def-
looking at, right?
absolutely, on the back of this
Perfect.
map.
Yeah, I'd say we can,
I'm open, yeah.
very open to that.
Good. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Next up, we got West Boggs, about a MCCF grant.
Morning, guys.
application.
Here
Morning,
to talk
Nathan.
about another grant to the beach house area. Want to start with some bad news. We did not get the grant that I was here to talk about last time, so that was for the golf course. However, that grass has been replanted and it's much nicer now. People are actually planting it again, so it's exciting to see. And luckily, with that flooding, it didn't quite go over the golf course. We were about a foot off, so we did have some flooding in the area. This grant is for both the beach house and the playground. As you guys may know, the beach house has been leaking for about 25 years. The previous management before me had planned on tearing it down and building a new one. My team disagreed. The inside was pretty well destroyed. The drainage is an issue, but the bones are totally fine. It's a concrete structure. It's plenty big. Showers, restrooms, and all that are adequate for the amount of people we are receiving, even with the large stage nearby. So we decided to keep that. That's going to save $800,000, $1 million, something like that, to not build a new one. We were able to get some community partnerships, as well as our own talented maintenance team put a beautiful new roof on. I'd encourage you to come see it. It also provided a lot of shade, and we should be able to get vending in there for the first time in a long time, possibly next year. So very excited about that. Shade is definitely needed, so that's part of this grant. This would be for shade sales for the playground that was installed, I believe, in 2022, which was an LWCF grant. Unfortunately, just kind of a side note, the state is no longer allowing any community parks to get LWCF funding, which is a big deal. So typically that was large grants that would be for community parks. All community parks like West Boggs throughout the state can no longer apply for those grants as of now. Maybe in the future, after a couple years, it's possible, but we had kind of a $250,000 project teed up to get new restrooms, so we'll have to kind of figure out another way there. So anyway, we need new drainage to the beach house. There's a large hill that kind of leads down to the beach house. I don't know how this worked before, but there's a parking lot, a hill, and it just washes right through. So I have no idea how it used to work, but it washed a lot of junk in there, and we got all that cleaned out. So what we're doing is hiring someone else. We got Wagler and Sons Construction. It's only $8,250 to get some concrete sidewalks with curbs and catch basins. That's going to kind of, push that water where it needs to be around the beach house. So we're hoping to get that done. And then we're trying to get a couple shade sails over that really nice playground. Everything gets real hot in the sun, so not only are the kids kind of baking out there, but the meadow gets real hot on the slides and stuff like that. So we were going to put 2 large shade sails kind of over that whole playground, make them nice colors. And
Like big fabric-ish type things, but like really thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like big old kite type things.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of triangle ones, I like those.
Yeah.
So that would conclude the grant of $19,952 for both those things.
And who's that written through?
The Martin County
two.
Community Foundation.
Okay.
Yep. So that would be no cost to the park potentially, and they may do one or the other. I mean, I made it pretty clear that I think the drainage is the most important for us to move forward.
Sure.
We've had thousands and thousands of people using that beach house already. It's pretty awesome. So still a lot of work to do inside, but our maintenance team's great. We've got new plumbing installed in-house, new water heaters, redid the entire, like the plumbing was from 1972 and a lot of the electric too. So redid a lot of that. Like I said, the roof's great. We had a luau party down there. There was thousands of people at that. Beach is actually being used this late in the season, which is unusual in the past. So that area is a little bit cleaner and
Interesting weather too. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So on Saturday we had a lot of people. Last year, a couple years before, we wouldn't have had anybody down there swimming.
Right.
So
No, I think it's great. It's getting to see the beach house used again and all that down there. I was there years ago, spent some time there, and it kind of went downhill, but now it's getting back to where it needs to be.
yeah.
I'll make a motion that he can proceed with applying for this grant and getting that grant through the community foundation.
Motion by Commissioner Cook. I will second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 2-0. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks.
Next up, we have the placer contract with Amber. Good morning, Amber.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Amber.
So yes, I'm here again to request that we sign the Placer AI contract. We did discuss the suggestions made last meeting, and we agreed that we would still like to keep this under the Visitors Bureau. It just makes sense to us that way, so
The Visitors Bureau or the Visitors Commission?
yes. All the same, DBA.
I know you did try to,
So confused.
pardon,
Go ahead.
I know you did try to do what we had asked, and then I kind of seen that do you want to kind of explain where you went through and the money differences and stuff like that?
Sure, so, we did discuss having this under the EDC. It would cost more, probably $5,000 to $6,000 more. Didn't make sense to do it that way. We think that it would be most utilized under the tourism, specter, and, it just made sense to do it that way. To sell the reports is a breach of that contract, so we couldn't do that either. We did look into that.
That's the way I kind of understood it too. I'd entertain a motion for them to move on with this, with the, I'm sorry, the placer contract. My main one blank there. Okay, I think we'll have to wait for the next committee. We're gonna be split here, so let's get some more information. Keep in contact with Mr. Cook, kind of give him or Commissioner Cook, and give him all the information that you kind of get, and we'll let Nathan get back here, and then we'll discuss it again.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Amber. Yes, I will need a motion to table this till Commissioner Gabhart gets back.
Table. So moved.
So moved. Motion by Commissioner Cook, or by Commissioner Keith, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Thanks, Tracy. Next up, Sheriff's Department. No, I'm sorry. Exxon Enterprise contract.
Still, yeah, Sheriff's.
With, yeah, it is still with
Yeah, that's you.
Commissioner Allison, Sheriff Allison.
Yeah, just requiring we're filling the new laws that contracts have to go before you guys, so. This is for our tasers. It went up $2,000. We didn't plan for that in the budget, so I'll have to deal with that with the council. But, it's a 5-year contract that, they provide us with 20 tasers.
Do we own those after 5 years, or immediately they just maintain them and
They maintain it.
like a rental or something?
Yeah, and they,
Yeah,
provide.
like every time you use them too, they have to come in, maintain it, that type of stuff. Is that right? Or do you guys get to
We
put
get
them back?
new cartridges,
Brand new cartridge, yeah.
yeah. After deployment, the cartridge is done.
Right.
So they also help with, it's kind of like our vest. They only provide 5 years of service. They'll guarantee them for 5 years. So that's what this does, and they will also stand behind it during litigation if something should happen. So I think the contract's due the 24th. I think if we don't have it done by then, the 25th, we use it on someone and something goes south, they won't represent the product legally.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract. Obviously, we've got to, or the council has to okay the 2,000, right?
Well, I do that during budget.
Right. So he's gonna put that in budget, it's gonna have that, but we gotta have the contract, we gotta have tasers, and we gotta have maintenance on them and litigation part of it.
No.
So I'll make the motion to approve the contract.
Have you looked at the contract? Is everything that we're into? Motion by Commissioner Cook. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
Next, see the Executive Sheriff Department, all the contracts, I believe, which
There were
is,
the two other ones that
yes.
That we'd
we
been talking
approved
about.
last time pending getting agreeable language, and
And
that
you
was completed.
Did get that, yeah.
So
They've been sent,
Okay.
they've been sent off, so.
So do we need a motion on that
don't
since we
believe we
got
need
the
that, do we?
approval?
maybe just acknowledge that those were
Correct.
signed, and you are accepting of those executed documents.
Because it was based upon we okayed it based upon that, it's approved language, we don't have to do it again. Yep. Good deal.
Right.
Yep.
Next, we got the City of Washington interlocal agreement. This is for our emergency management. It's, I think it's something it's every year that we do. You have anything on that, Tracy? Any questions or anything?
I do not. I did read through it.
Yeah.
Same language, same stuff.
Same as Daniel, yeah, just.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was sitting way in the back.
I didn't
hiding
see you back there, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and speak on it a little bit if you want.
Yeah, that's just the normal annual agreement that the city provides, or services, we provide services to the city, and that's the agreement, and they pay $6,000 annually for that. And then they goes into the general fund, but then it goes, it's split, that money is used for fuel and equipment and stuff, so.
And you work pretty well with the city fire, city police, all that stuff to make sure, right? Yep. Yeah. Must have.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to, for the interlocal agreement with the city on the emergency management.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we got the WTH Electronic Map Data Application Agreement. That's through CoreLogic. I think this is also in every.
So this is data that is asked and requested. WTH holds all of our data, and so as different units or entities out there request to get a download of our data, they will pay us to obtain that and do that. WTH just needs written notification that we agree to release that information, and they take care of it for us.
Pay a little bit.
Yes, and it's in there.
And that's every year that we have to do this, because it seems like
Anytime
I just
there's
talked about.
data request, depending on
Oh,
where it
you
comes
talked
from.
So if anybody asks for the data, then.
I felt like we already went through this, but yeah.
It's up to you guys if
Yep.
you want to release that specific data to them.
Yes, I'll make a motion to release that, or have that application agreement with WTH Electronic Mapping.
Motion by Commissioner Cook. I will second. All in those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Okay. I believe that's it. I will look for a motion to pay payroll and claims and adjourn meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Cook. I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.